my favorite cast that you don't know yet. I am here with the cast of Daybreak. Hi, guys. Hi. Happy Comic-Con to you all. Now, I've got to know, whose first New York Comic-Con is it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Nice. I'm glad that we are all in the same boat together.
Everybody, wow. Yeah.
So first of all, for all you fans out there, Daybreak is going to be premiering on October 24th on Netflix. It is your next big obsession. I meant to watch just one episode last night. I got through 7. I have not slept. It is so fantastic. Okay, so the way that I've been pitching it to all my friends is it's a mashup of American Vandal, one of my other favorite Netflix shows.
That's the first.
The Walking Dead, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
That's a really good
I'm
pick.
taking
So
that.
that's how I'm describing it. How have you guys been giving your elevator pitch for the series?
You have to reference like
Zombieland meets
always
Mad
Ferris
Max meets
Bueller,
Ferris
Mad
Bueller.
Max, Lord of the Flies. That's the one. Those are the ones I
Okay.
and a comedy.
And of season 3 of Stranger Things because of the mall.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
But so it's not just Ferris Bueller-y. There are specific homages to the film within this show. So I'm curious to know, Matthew, is that one of the reasons why you were drawn to the project? Or did they add that in after because they got you?
No, I don't know. You know, I think that some of that was in there when I first.
Yeah.
What are you doing back there? When I first read it, I think they were in there, but then they kind of copied some shots, which I wasn't aware of. I wasn't.
Do you approve?
You know, it's a living. Yeah, no, I approve. It's great. I'm so glad they did it. I don't know what. Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good.
But what was it like for you, Colin, when you are getting to like play these like Ferris Bueller type scenes and knowing that you have the icon himself part of the project?
You know, it was really fun, really intimidating. Also at the same time, you know,
It's terrifying.
he's a scary, scary guy. No, I mean, I grew up watching Ferris Bueller Day Off and all of your other works as well, and so getting to work with you has been a
You
dream.
didn't mention that at the time.
Well, I'm telling you now. No, but
He's great. I loved watching him, and I hope I wasn't intimidating. I tried
No.
very hard not to be.
we had a good time on set, and it was really, you know, he's not an anxious guy. He's a pretty much a seasoned veteran pro, and so getting to watch you do your thing is like.
Well, I
So
liked
cool.
watching you and all you youngsters. It was great to watch.
That's the biggest compliment.
We've had plenty of post-apocalyptic dramas, so that's why I'm so excited that we're getting this post-apocalyptic dramedy almost set in Glendale, California. And Glendale has a very big role in this TV show. When you guys first read the pilot, I'm curious to know, what was your initial reaction? Because this has such a distinct tone to it.
I was like, oh, we get to go home and film in LA. No,
I
we
was
didn't.
like, I'm pretty much at home filming it. It was crazy. When I read the script and I read the whole breakdown when I first got to audition, I'm like, they're doing this show in Glendale? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I was more on that. I was just like, what?
Is this-
WTF? What is
Unlike
the base?
anything we've ever
Yeah.
and that's when you're sort of like, well, might as well be different. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, it's going to be different, and we can all stand behind that.
Yeah.
That's what stands out, though. Of course.
Yeah.
In my callback, I still had to ask if I was like, am I human? And Aaron was like, yes, you are. I was like, just checking.
Well, because like every post-apocalyptic show has their own rules, and you guys have very specific rules as well. So break down, like, set the scene for everyone. Like, what has happened?
Well, when the first thing that happened is it's a nuclear blast that sets the apocalypse in motion, and I think the blast wipes out all of our adults, and so we're kind of just left with the groups and cliques that we went to high school with, and so these cliques and groups start to armor themselves like a Mad Max militia, and they start to create tribes and
Based on the clubs.
Based
that they
on
were
the-
in.
based on the cliques that they were in high school.
The apocalypse version of that, and it's interesting to see how that transfers and like what morals they have and how that goes and how fierce they are and what it takes to survive.
Or what their interests were in high school.
Yes, I am.
British.
And then, so obviously we have a bunch of the teens from the school, but then we have Krista Rodriguez, who is playing Miss Crumble, the biology teacher, who then evolves into a very interesting character. Please
She's a witch
talk
with
to
a
us.
traumatic brain injury. Just your typical evolution. Yeah, it's sort of exciting because what happens to the adults, most of the adults in the apocalypse, is that they're only allowed to say the last thing that they thought before the bomb went out. And Miss Crumble, when you discover that she's the witch, she still has most of her facilities. She's, bat crazy, but she can string together sentences, and there's still a part of the biology teacher in there that's there. So she sort of teams up with the kids, particularly Angelica, who Allie plays, because she's like a science savant. And really, all Miss Crumble ever wanted was for children to own learning and be passionate about science and use science to change the world, and especially women to become scientists. And now she's in the apocalypse, and she gets to find out that everyone has to now be a scientist to survive, and she can sort of form bonds with them now.
And the witch is kind of a science project for Angelica. She kind of takes on the witch as an opportunity to, figure out what's going on in this crazy world and what happened to the adults and why did this bomb go off. And along the way, we create very special bonds.
We want to spin off.
Yes. Angelica and the Witch.
It's not a couple, but it's adorable.
I feel like audiences of all ages are really going to love Daybreak. Matthew, I'm curious to know, will you be showing this series to your kids?
I have the 16-year-old, but I don't think the 10-year-olds would be. I would be too young.
I think 13 is starting age. We've got one, a 12-year-old, so we can go as young as that.
Okay. What was one of your first projects that you did show your kids? Was it Inspector Gadget? Was it Ferris Bueller?
The first one, I don't remember. Lion King, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Lion King. That tracks. That's a good one. That should have been, if it wasn't.
It was like,
go with that one.
Exactly. So,
I don't remember if I was in Gilligan's Island or just watched it a lot.
we're going to go with both. If there was a nuclear blast and you guys had to gear up for your Holocaust, what is your weapon of choice?
Flamethrower.
But that's because that's Angelica's.
Well, it's easy. It's a good one,
It's a good one.
Crossbow or a sword?
It's hard though, because if you have a sword or something, you have to be trained and you have to know how to use it.
You have to know how to
I'm
use
like,
it.
go for a saucepan, go there and
One thing
saucepan!
in the apocalypse,
You need to whack people with a saucepan?
the children have decided no guns are allowed.
Yes.
It's the Emma Gonzalez Accord. So there is, so you have to pick something that is not a quick weapon that can just destroy a lot of people. You have to get creative.
To earn a kill, basically.
Yeah.
But it was really great watching both of you guys play with the swords. What was the training like for that?
It was really it was fun. It was really straightforward. It's like basics, it's like a 6-point thing. You have to do down, down, and then to the side, and you go up, and you go up again, and you go back to the other side. And if you do that, tutorial!
Now we are all swordsmen.
Yeah, and now it's like, now I would get a sword because now I can use a sword.
Because you can use it.
Yeah, now I can use it.
Yeah, you don't have to be too trained. You just have to impale. That's
Yeah.
really what you need.
Yeah.
It's all about something that can impale. Or like a truck that had impaling
things on
instruments,
it.
so you
Like
could
some
say
truck.
inside.
Yeah, like Turbo's truck. Yeah, or like the golf club.
Drive will work.
Yeah. Yes. Anything on the jock truck.
It's a pretty serious topic on this show, but it seems like you guys have been having a lot of fun filming this first season. What was the vibe like on set? How did you guys bond together?
We were in the middle of Albuquerque. Bonding's done.
Yes. We did a lot as a
Escape
cast.
rooms. We did axe throwing.
Very Daybreak themed.
Daybreak
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
We went to Monster Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Monster
Yeah.
Jam rally.
I think being on the set, because everything is so new and crazy, we just had no idea what was coming each day. We had this excitement which we kind of got to share together.
Yeah, it was all something none of us had done before.
Right.
I think, there's so many cool things, and there were so many amazing people at their jobs, so we got to do stunts and explosions and things, so every day was different and
It
exciting.
was also really fun because the way our show is set up, we didn't always work together with everyone.
Right.
Greg and I never worked together, but it was cool because, after work, we would,
Go to
get
escape
dinner.
room.
We would have dinner, we would
Right.
Go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
When I first met
Spend hours trying to figure out what you're going to order.
Exactly.
Yes.
Honey chocolate
Matthew, you play the principal on this show. what can you tease about his involvement? Because they just said that there's no adults in this post-apocalyptic world.
What can I tease?
You're seeing a lot in flashback.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of flashbacks. Yeah, a lot of the story is before it all happened.
Yeah.
So I have a lot to do.
Principle's important too.
Yeah.
How would you describe his demeanor?
His demeanor. He's been a well-liked principal. You have the feeling, but he's also kind of bitter, I think, and I have a speech about not liking that, begging for funds all the time, and that it's hard to be a teacher nowadays, and that ends up sort of manifesting itself later on in the story. I can't be too specific about it because I'll be killed instantly.
There are some fun twists ahead, is what I can say. Before the fans get to binge this series on October 24th, what do you think is the one thing that they should know before they tune in? Any little nuggets you want to tell them?
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You
never know.
Just when you think that you know all of the twists and turns, there's another one for you.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
Just keep watching because there are
I'd
a
say
lot
get
of
comfortable
ones.
because you're not going to want to stop.
You're not going to
No,
stop.
yeah.
You're not gonna wanna stop.
And there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a genre show as well, and there's little Easter eggs there. I think if people are really watching, you'll see some of maybe your favorite movies sort of paid homage to in the show, which is really exciting.
A bunch of pop culture references.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Fantastic. Well, thank you all so much for sitting down and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. You guys can catch Daybreak on October 24th on Netflix.